So now that we got that out of the way, let's take a look at the biggest thing that we're all waiting for here, that we've been waiting for a very, very, very long time. So Hornet, from what I remember seeing her, she has, let me pop this up. Boop, there we go. So basically the biggest thing about Hornet from what I remember is, first of all, she has B-25s. They finally added it to the game. Very, very, very excited. Yes, B-25, the Doolittle moment. She has B-25s on, and she has them as a tactical squadrons. That's what this star means. They are tactical. Okay, similar to how the US and the Eagle is. She has them every X amount of seconds. But we'll get to that later. First of all, we're going to talk about her planes. Her loadout. Her torpedo bombers. These planes are the TPD Devastators. And these are, I believe the torpedo bombers are the Rangers researchable torpedo bombers, which means they are tier 6, I believe. And then the dive bombers are the Lexington's stock planes. I think that's how it is. So she has a mixture of tier 6 Devastators, and then she has the tier 7 SBDs. Kaga style minus the massive plane pool, you get a tactical squad. Yes, pretty much, kind of like a similar concept. Yes, you have down tier planes, and in return you have something else, which is in this case the B-25s. So torpedo bombers and the dive bombers. Torpedo bombers, again, they are Rangers torpedo bombers. So these are tier 6s, most likely, is how they're going to be showing up in the game. They hit 5.5 alpha. She has 5 planes in the attacking flight, and in the squadron she has 10. So you have 2 attacking flights with this. You have a total of 60 in reserve. Torpedoes 5.5, 35 knots standard, and the usual arming distance. These are Rangers arming distance, I think, 344. American Kaga is, I want to say Kaga because Kaga is very known for the reserves, and Hornet doesn't have that. Hornet just has the down tier planes, but more in a squad. Maximum speed is 134 knots. Oh boy. And maximum speed for the bombers is 157 stock. So she has an attacking flight 5, 10 total in the squad, and then 20 in reserve. So she drops 5 torps. 5 torps at this tier. When you go against other tier 8 ships or down, lower tier ships, you can actually continue to make an impact. Even if you get up tiered into tier 9, tier 10, I believe you can still make an impact. You can still compete. The thing with Rangers torps is I actually do like Rangers torps. I just hate the fact that she drops 2 torps. If you can land those torps, you can dish out a lot of damage with Ranger. Also, the bomb being very wonky. Oh boy. Yeah, 5 torps. It's pretty cool setup. Now, the AP dive bombers. They are also in a setup of 5 planes in the attacking flight, 10 per squadron, and then 20 in the reserves. Aircraft preparation time, 62 seconds, the same for both of these. Imagine if you land all 5 of those on a cruiser, right? 5 torps on the cruiser, it's pretty nuts. So these AP dive bombers, same setup. So 3600 bomb damage. Let's take a look at the carriers that we have, especially Enterprise. I'm gonna compare her to Enterprise because it's the closest thing really. Enterprise dive bombers, the thing with this is it's 4900, and we all know Enterprise's dive bombers is not the most special things. They don't really hurt too much, but she drops 6 bombs total. It's a 3x2, right? 3 planes, 2 bombs each. Each bomb has a 4900 alpha. Hornet drops 5 bombs, but she has less damage. Almost 1000 less damage. More than 1000 actually. But she drops 5. You have 2 runs of this. The thing to note is, from the data mine that I've talked to the other CCs with, from what we found on these stats is, the Enterprise has a 25-75 on the accuracy on these bombs, which means it's 25% chance to hit the outer ring, and then 75% chance to hit the inner circle of the reticle. Meanwhile, the Hornet has a dispersion value of 50-50. So that's even less accurate than the Enterprise does. So that's one thing to note. Secondly, these bombs, the penetration values on these bombs are insane. These bombs are extremely strong at penetrating targets, which means that at tier 8, tier 7, tier 6, you're going to be overpenning a lot of things. And that's not what you want. These are equivalent to Graf Zeppelin's AP dive bombers. But you, instead of doing the usual Graf Zeppelin's flight, you know, slow angle downwards, you know, at like a less than a 45-degree angle, which causes that angle drop to ricochet, Hornet's bombs, I believe, is going to be similar to how Enterprise does her dive bomber run. So they'll go straight down into the water, straight down into the ship. It'll be equivalent to how a light cruiser shows broadside to a battleship. On the flat surface, you're going to overpin it. And these bombs penetrate, the penetration value is a little too high. So I don't know how well this is going to work. This is very limited to battleships from what I can assume. But we'll see. 5 bombs, the 5, 10, 20 layout on this is interesting, but we just have to see how she is. The tacticals, which are the B-25s. They have a hit points of almost 5,000 stock, maximum speed 140, so that's even less than the torpedo bombers themselves. You have 6 in your attacking flight, okay? And you load them up every 3 minutes. 6 in your flight. The maximum, you drop 4 bombs per, so that's 24 bombs total. And maximum bomb damage is 7,300. If you look at the bomb stats itself, it is 42 millimeters of pen and 41% fire chance stock. We can get even lower with the full build, and also if you're using Halsey and you get Confederate. Make battleships suffer is what you're saying. Well, you're gonna have to deal with the 50-50 dispersion value on the AP dive bombers. That's the biggest thing, in my opinion. Also, you have much less alpha than Enterprise does. You get 24 of them, you have 41% chance at a 42 millimeter penetration. So that's the stat on these B-25s. And from what I've heard in the data mine stats, it's similar to the reticle is different than normal dive bombers. They're not normal, but I don't really understand what that means. I never played her, so I have no idea. From the data mine values and numbers, it's different than what we've seen before. So we'll see. But yeah, this is Hornet. Very nice. We see here armor. I believe this is very similar to how Enterprise is. 38, 40, and then the 25 on the deck. Oh, Hornet has the armored side plating with torpedo protection. Yeah, okay. But yeah, so Hornet is basically Enterprise hull without the AA and the side torpedo. Hornet only has it down here, and the AA is less, I believe, as well. 194. Wait, what? Yeah, Hornet's AA is halved. Long range AA 88. Enterprise is 350. Long range is 77. Medium is 315. Yeah, Hornet has 0 AA. Yikes, man. Makes sense. But yeah, this is the Hornet. Very interesting setup. I do like it, and the tacticals are very interesting. I can't wait to see how she plays out. Let me put up the full build. What's the arming distance on these torps? 361. Wait, what's implacables? 438. These are tier 6 arming distances. Look at the Ranger. This is exact copy paste as Ranger's torps at tier 8. Wow. Okay, interesting. That's pretty good. The arming distance is really good then. Oh, my game froze. Wow, okay. It's just the Ranger torp setup at tier 8, but you have you have 3 more planes in the squad. I wonder, does the bomber speed affect the Mitchells? 143. It does. That is interesting. Don't know how the aiming is, so let's not take this for now. Let's see how this is. This takes it down to 325 arming distance using Ranger's torps at tier 8, but you get 5, and I personally do like Ranger's torps. It's just extremely hard to hit it because you only have 2 on Ranger. Hornet gets 5. It's pretty good. AP dive bombers and then Mitchells. 5k hit points, Jesus. I think I might honestly just buff the torpedoes if I were. So these HP goes up to 2,000. Maybe we could take bomber to Swift Fish. Yeah, here we go. 379 meters of arming distance. That's really good at tier 8. And you drop 5 of them. For example, Kaga has... Everyone that has more than 3 torps has an extremely long arming distance at this tier. Like, Saipan has, what? 470. Now, with the full build, 39 knots, 379. You have a 5.5k alpha. Of course, we have proxy fuse as well, so this help it out, especially when you're dropping on lower tiers. You get 5, 10, and 22 because we went with the flight control mod 1, so 5, 10, 22 instead of the usual 5, 10, 20. Interesting. And it's good to know that the bomber speed also affects the tactical squadron, the B-52s. Sorry, B-25s. I don't know why I keep calling it B-52s. B-25s. Maximum speed is 150, and then the HP is 5k, which you can also further enhance if you have Ovechkin. And it's a 666 loadout, 7300 damage alpha. Wow. Yeah, when I was looking at it in the dev blog, I was like, when I saw the dev blog for the first time, I was kind of having my doubts, like this carrier might not be very good. But after taking a look at the torpedoes and thinking about it and the loadout up close, and it's like, these actually do sound pretty good because these also have a heal. Ranger does not. And you have 5 torps over the usual 2. I think these are going to be pretty solid because it's 5.5k. That's pretty nuts. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, again, my biggest issue with this is there's no way to deal with DDs unless you channel your inner weeb inside and your inner Hakuryu, and you can torpedo drop destroyers. All around decent? Maybe. It seems like it. She does look very interesting. I do like that. She has a pretty solid loadout, but it's like, for the most part, these are the Mitchells are your only answer to destroyers. And I don't know how the bombing goes for these guys, but that's a lot of bombs. 24 bombs, 6 planes and 4 bombs each. That's quite a lot. Yeah, this is a different configuration. She has the less AA guns and such. She has less AA guns, and also she doesn't have that torpedo protection that Enterprise does. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, that's right. She doesn't. Enterprise has this. Hornet does not. She has tier 6 planes on the torpedo bombers, tier 7s on the dive bombers. Interesting. I'm very excited for this carrier. She has the Hornet logo as well. We can take a look at the camo. Alternate camo scheme. Ooh. Looks like... reminds me of Oreos. Very nice. She has the correct one indeed, yeah. Nice. She'll be coming to 11.1 on the live server for live testing, so if you guys play tier 8, you guys might see it. Then again, not many testers are CV gamers. They don't like carriers at all, so. Alright, so that's Hornet.